say anything else, any rules, any criteria? Did you talk to the historic district, the downtown? Because when I saw this and I asked, the first thing I did, I went to staff and I said, hey, they're talking about a historical marking. What can we do? And my response to me, before you even got up there and talked, I already asked the questions. The remark was to me is, they'll need to get with Ron, and then that's all they said, and they'll have to tell us what they're looking for, and then we can see what we can do, like we do it in anything else, okay? And then I added, when you stood downtown Broadway, I made myself a little note and showed it to the mayor, and I said, well, have they spoken to Richard Bishop? Because I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if you understand this community. You know, we need to touch base.
Yes, everything has been silenced in our community.
We need to touch base with everyone to assure it's done appropriate. Doesn't mean because we don't jump up right now and say, yes, we're going to.
It's been over 100 years.
Well, you just saw something else just happen. It took me 15 years to get a light. You know, it takes time. You see the Martin Luther King?
Yes, ma'am. Could you explain to me why that is?
But see, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You're looking at it as like we're not hearing you and we're not reacting. And I'm saying to you is that we want to help you, but there's a protocol in doing it. And what I'm saying to you, the mayor did the first part of that protocol.
And I thank you, Madam Mayor.
Now I'm suggesting the second part of that protocol so that we can see what can be done so that we can get the marker. But see, you're like me. You get emotional, and sometimes I want things like right now and yesterday. But unfortunately, in the years I've been here, I learned the hard way. It's a protocol. It doesn't mean it can't be done. I mean, you have to see the steps to be done.
I do apologize, but to answer your question, we have called. And we do have the person.
And they did get the information to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it cost $2,500 for the marker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let me ask you the next question. You said it happened on Broadway, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. And you're wanting this marker on Broadway, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you talked to the downtown, uptown community on
Yes,
Broadway?
ma'am.
And what was your response from them?
He's actually, Mr. Bishop, we're going to be meeting with him soon.
Okay.
But not just about the marker. We're actually having an event there at 10 a.m. for these men on June 1st, this Saturday, which is June 1st, during the time that these two men were lynched.
Okay. But see, now we're talking on the same page. I'm trying to find out where you've been, what you've been doing, so I can see what I can do to kind of help you. And that's why I said, hold on, listen to what I'm saying to you, because if you hadn't met with Richard yet, that would have been my suggestion, and I would have texted him and say, hey, Richard, I need you to meet with so-and-so. So you need to meet with him. You're right there to see what else they tell you. And then based on what they tell you and what they told you the cost is, I'm pretty sure this community will help raise the money to get a marker like that. I know Skipper's sitting back there. I know he'll do it. I know if you call the boss, I know he'll donate some money. I know if you call Ed Harvison, I know a lot of people I can call for you and help raise the money. But the thing is, we need to go in the order and the protocol that it needs to go ahead and put it there. I wish I was here June 1st because I'll be the first one there to watch it, but I'll be out of town then. But I'm interested to see what the uptown would say to you. That's what I'm interested in seeing.
I do apologize. Mr. Bishop was here earlier.
That's okay. That's all right, because ain't nothing but a phone call, you know.
Good.
I just want to see how your meeting goes with him. Now you know the cost, and then depending on what the marker looks like and so forth and so on, we can go from there.
I do want to point out, you said that other people can donate. We came to the city today to request funding because these men were in police custody.
Well, see, that we have to discuss because there's a lot of history in this city. And right now we're trying to figure out how we're going to keep this city protected with budgets and stuff, and a lot of things we do in the city, we do private and partnerships. We do both. So to ask for just money, we would have to go look and see where, where do we get this money from? So you always have to have plan A and plan B, always. In any project that you do, just like I told the individuals today in the historic district, they're having bombings in their community now. And they're asking us to do more than what we can. So we said, let's do a partnership, let's work on it, and let's see what we can do together. This city is known as a tri-city community, and it's known as partnerships. So it isn't that it can't be done, it's just how we're going to do it, and can we make it happen where you want it at? That's the question. And that's the question that Richard Bishop will be one to say, because he has to get with all those merchants, everyone there, and go through his board, because they tax themselves. They tax themselves to have all the entities that they have right now. So I'm not against you, I'm with you. We just got to find how can we do it.
Ms. Mims, the marker is okay, all right? The marker is all right. But what about the apology? That doesn't cost you anything. That apology does not cost you anything.
Well, Mr. Warner, I've already spoken to that. Again, you requested a resolution of council. I've given you a letter on the mayor's letterhead which speaks to it. But as far as an apology assumes there's official culpability of over 100 years ago. And if the city was, any city was in a position of apologizing for all of the evils of man, they would do nothing else. We continue to suffer through the evils of man today in this community and other communities. And sometimes they are just as mind-boggling in their amount of deprivation of the soul. And yet, if cities were in the business of apologizing for every such illegal and evil act, they would do nothing more. And I will say again, although I was not there, and neither was anyone else alive today who can speak to this with any sort of clarity, but the very records that you provided speak over and over again about the resistance of the deputies who fought the armed mob, the judge cowering in the corner for his life, the jailer fighting the mob and trying to negotiate a peaceful resolution, and the governor sending in troops. It was quite a violent circumstance, and as Ms. Stringer mentioned, it was a well-armed, drunken, mad mob. So again, I think that it's been reiterated plenty this evening how reprehensible this conduct was. But the city, unless council wishes to, cannot make an apology for something that occurred over 100 years ago, to which any official action on behalf of the city is just not laid out by the materials you provided. But there's no doubt that it was a dark period in this country, in this state, in this region's history. Okay. You may also want to get with Historic Columbus for potential fundraising. To make no promises, these are just people who are interested in history preservation. Other than just calling the organizations and asking how much it cost, they have membership, and they have influence in historic circles. And if you partner with them for the cause in historic education, you may find resources available to you. And so I think Councilor Woodson spoke wisely about the possibility for partnership of private entities to raise the funds that you're looking for and assist in getting the marker.
We do appreciate you all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.